Tonight, from Seattle, Washington, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. And the Seattle Seahawks taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Leading them out, the number 6 overall pick back in April from Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert had a tremendous career at the University of Oregon, ended up winning the Campbell Trophy, which was the academic Heisman, won a lot of football games, including the Rose Bowl and a Pac-12 championship, 32 touchdown passes last year. But the reason he really got himself solidified as the first-round pick for the Chargers, a terrific Senior Bowl week. He was the MVP of the game, but I thought he was the MVP of the week the way he interacted with his teammates and opposing players, and everyone got to see his leadership on display.
Brings up second.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. Again, Herbert. Allen's got it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
A throw complete to Dorsett, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
11 yards there, first down.
Chargers.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He finds Dorsett, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the
draw play, it's Eckler. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Going on the ground with Eckler. And this time not as successful. Finishing back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. CD, you take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they went defense with their first-round pick.
Yeah, and you and I both know there were a lot of good players on that list, but this was a defense that was in need of an infusion of youth and speed, and that's what they got.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Eckler. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And really a nice job there to make something out of that run, sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson, and this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Chris Carson, the ball carrier.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They do go for it. It's Locke. And he's got Lockett. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Locke. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brought down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz
Derwin James with a pick. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year. Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
On 2nd down, Eckler. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And finding the tight end, Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. At the 20-yard line. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
He was brought down.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board 1st here tonight. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one lines up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Yeah, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
The tackle made by Julian Love. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Herbert's pass complete to Keenan Allen.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Herbert's throw going to be caught by Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Carson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free.
Drew Lock, sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan.
Quarter poll in the preseason. The whole league will be in action next Thursday night to wrap it all up. And then we start for real a week after that with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Seahawks take over first and 10. At their own 26.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Locke going to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Linval Joseph coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Shotgun snap to Locke. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard.
Now a look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
They started on the ground with Eckler. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Second and 9 now from the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Herbert's pass complete. A fumble on the play.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20, and down to the 16-yard line.
That's good.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now to the air, Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. Good coverage that time by Derwin James.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Seattle defense getting set to go. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, and offensive guy.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He's a high draft pick, so maybe a bit of a mulligan, but you never want to throw a preseason interception, especially as a rookie.
No, but this is the time to do it, right? Let's get the kinks out. He's still got to learn how to read coverages, still has to learn the entire offense, has to see how he fits with the players around him. The bottom line is what you said right in the beginning. He's a high draft pick. They want him on the field sooner rather than later, so let's keep giving him some reps and seeing what they have.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
By Derwin James.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
It went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on 4th down?
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 20-yard.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0.
20. Chargers, nothing.
They could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first throw here for the backup Taylor. Rolling to his right. And Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Myers connects on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this carries into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Taylor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Darius Jennings.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First down, Chargers.
Now Taylor. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been
under pressure again, and down he goes again. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Penny, a first down carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that's good for us.
Getting toward the middle of the fourth quarter, and with that lead, they love runs like that.
And don't we spend a lot of time looking at the timeout situation, clock management, but it's really not going to matter much if they can't stop them. And right now, they're really struggling to get them on the ground.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and that will extend this big lead.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
25-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Stepping up, he's going to Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Recovered by the defense.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. We're on 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action. Gordon. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
4-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Again, it's Penny. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though they don't want to do that, I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. They are looking to preserve this shutout, so for them, a lot on the line.
A lot on the line, a lot of pride that goes into that. Because let's face it, when you've had that kind of a day, you do not want any type of a fluke play to end it. You're going to win the game. That's not the issue. But to have a clean ledger going into the locker room and sitting in film next week, oh, that's satisfying.
Makes you feel good.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
They're looking to cradle that goose egg. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And the Chargers 1st down.
Again, it's Taylor. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again, it's Taylor. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. He's got daylight. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.